Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Steelers hope Mason Rudolph can help end losing streak. The Pittsburgh Steelers are searching for answers to stop their late-season freefall. A three-game losing streak has dropped the Steelers 7-7 to .500 and in last place in the AFC North as they get set to host the division rival Cincinnati Bengals 8-6 on Saturday at Acrisure Stadium. A disheartening 30-13 loss last Saturday to the Colts in Indianapolis knocked the Steelers out of playoff position. The Steelers blew a 13-0 lead in that game, and the Colts scored the final 30 points. Coach Mike Tomlin has decided to switch quarterbacks this week. Mason Rudolph will get the start and Mitch Trubisky goes to the bench after starting the last two games in place of Kenny Pickett, who is recovering from ankle surgery. Rudolph's six-year career has been spent with the Steelers, but he did not see his first action this season until last Saturday when he took over for Trubisky in the waning moments. Rudolph has made 10 career starts, including 8 in 2019 when he replaced injured Ben Roethlisberger. Rudolph also started one game each in 2020 and 2021 but never saw the field in 2022. Yet Tomlin believes Rudolph can knock off the rust and give the Steelers a better chance against the Bengals than Trubisky, who completed 38 of 58 passes in the last two games for 359 yards with 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He's a backup, but he's also a veteran guy, Tomlin said of Rudolph during his weekly news conference. He's been in our program a long time. He's here for those reasons. We got a great deal of comfort with him. Why are we making the change? We don't like what we're looking at in the consistency of it. What I mean is we're not scoring enough points, particularly as you move into December football. You've got to score more than 12, 14, 16 points in games this time of year. You had better assume that others are doing the same. Scoring has been a problem for the Steelers all season. They rank 28th in the NFL, with an average of 15.9 points a game and have managed just 41 points during the current three-game skid. Rudolph has a 5-4-1 record as a starter but fell to third on the Steelers' quarterback depth chart last season when Pittsburgh countered the retirement of Roethlisberger by drafting Pickett in the first round and signing Trubisky as a free agent. It seemed that Rudolph was no longer in the Steelers' plans. Yet he signed a one-year contract to return during the past offseason after testing free agency. He's tough-minded, Tomlin said. He's got a lot of confidence in himself. He's a competitor. And so those are some of the things that are really attractive about giving him an opportunity this week. He is a competitor. He believes in himself. He's a calculated risk-taker. I believe that mentality is helpful to us under these circumstances. The Bengals are on a three-game winning streak that has vaulted them over the Steelers in the AFC playoff picture. Last Saturday, the Bengals rallied from being down 17-3 in the fourth quarter to defeat the visiting Minnesota Vikings, 27-24 in overtime. The Steelers beat the Bengals 16-10 on November 26 in Cincinnati while gaining a season-high 421 total yards in their first game after firing offensive coordinator Matt Canada. However, Pittsburgh has not won since while falling from 7-4 to 7-7. Steelers DT Cam Hayward cleared by medical staff, leaves concussion protocol ahead of Bengals game. A key piece of the Steelers' defense received good news ahead of Saturday's matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. The team announced following the loss to the Colts last week that captain and defensive tackle Cam Hayward was in the concussion protocol. While head coach Mike Tomlin did not specify that Hayward was in concussion protocol following the game, team representatives did confirm it. After a limited week, on Thursday morning, the team announced that Hayward had been cleared by an independent neurological consultant and is no longer in the concussion protocol. So far this season, the 34-year-old has recorded 30 combined tackles, 23 solo tackles, and 2 sacks in 8 games started. The Steelers welcome the Bengals to Acrisure Stadium this Saturday, and the Steelers currently sit at the bottom of the AFC North with a 7-7 record and out of the playoff picture. A loss on Saturday would all but end the Steelers' postseason hopes, but a win would keep them in the hunt. Kickoff is scheduled for 4:30 p.m. at Acrisure Stadium. Cameron Philip Hayward, born May 6, 1989, is an American football defensive tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers of the National Football League, NFL. He was selected by the Steelers in the first round of the 2011 NFL Draft. He played college football at Ohio State. Hayward is the son of Pro Bowl NFL player Craig Hayward. Hayward attended Peachtree Ridge High School in Sewanee, Georgia, where he played for the Peachtree Ridge Lions high school football team. He was the 2006 Georgia Class 5A Defensive Player of the Year. The team tied for the Georgia Class 5A state championship that same year. He totaled over 100 tackles and 16 sacks as a senior. He was considered the 7th best football player in Georgia, and the 13th best defensive tackle in the nation by Scout.com. He benched 335 pounds and squatted 510 pounds, and was considered a scholar athlete at Peachtree Ridge High School with a GPA of 3.2. As a true freshman in 2007, Hayward was named a Freshman All-American by Sporting News, Rivals.com and Scout.com after recording 30 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 passes broken up. The Ohio State Buckeyes went to the BCS National Championships with Hayward as a freshman, losing to Louisiana State University, 38-24. As a sophomore in 2008, he recorded 36 tackles and 3 sacks. The Buckeyes made it to another bowl game in the 2009 Fiesta Bowl against Texas, losing 24-21. As a junior, in 2009, he had 10 tackles for loss and 6.5 sacks, leading the Ohio State Buckeyes to the Rose Bowl, in which the Buckeyes won 26-17 against Oregon. Following his junior season, Hayward decided against declaring for the NFL Draft, instead returning for his senior season with the Buckeyes. Report: Steelers signed former 49ers D. Jordan Willis to their practice squad. This is interesting. The Steelers are signing defensive end Jordan Willis to their practice squad, as first reported by Brooke Kirchhofer of New Orleans Football. Willis appeared in 26 games with the San Francisco 49ers, where he collected 7.5 of his 10.5 career sacks. He's listed at 6'2" and 270 pounds, in line with the prototype the Saints value at defensive end. Will he see a lot of photos in Sunday's game with the Steelers? This is unlikely. The Saints gave most of the reps to Cameron Jordan, for 87, and Carl Granderson, for 59, through the first 9 games, with Tanoh Kpassagnon, 196, backing them up and Foskey, 69, only entering games as a reserve. Veteran backup Kyle Phillips is doing well after being promoted from the practice squad following an injury that sidelined Peyton Turner in the season opener. A corresponding move to sign Willis has not been announced, but the Saints also have preseason standout Nico Lalas on their practice squad. Jordan Kenneth Willis, born August 24, 1994, is an English professional footballer who plays as a center-back for EFL League One side Northampton Town. Previously, he spent 8 years in the English Football League with Coventry City and has also played for Sunderland and Wycombe Wanderers. Willis was born in Coventry, West Midlands. He made his first team debut for Coventry City as a substitute on November 5, 2011 in a 4-2 championship loss to Southampton, coming on to replace James McPake after 64 minutes. And you fan, what do you think of the Jordan Willis situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.